Today is a Mexican theme and we're going to make our own homemade tortillas. All right, so these are made fresh, which is delicious, rather than shop bought, which are not so delicious. Also do look at our YouTube because you can find a recipe for a mixed bean salsa, which can go into the tortillas. And I've also cooked off some red onions, some yellow peppers and red peppers in a bit of curry and some seasonings. Okay, but what we're going to focus on today is making the flatbreads or the tortillas. I've just got plain flour. I'm putting in a little bit of good olive oil, and just to give it a little bit of spice, I'm going to add a little bit of paprika. If you don't like it spicy, then don't add. Give that a mix round. If you have a chance to make the dough in advance, it's a good idea because it allows it to settle a little bit and rest. So I'm using warm water to bring it together. Okay, now of course this dough has no yeast in it, so it is purely working on the gluten in the flour. So I'm just going to bring that together like that. Like I say, if you have got time to give it a bit of a rest, do so. Okay, so it's kind of gloopy, and that's about right because I'm going to tip that out onto my work surface and I'm going to knead that. So I'm just going to push it. You can actually see the paprika in the dough. That's it. You probably need to add a little bit more flour. Just use the plain flour again. Okay, and then what you want to do is, after you've given that a really good knead, brought it together, is break it into small quantities like this one here. And then what you want to do is put the flour onto the table, and what you're going to do is roll it out as thinly as possible. So I'm just going to take a bit more of that flour, and I want it to be, if at all possible, round. So just push it out like that. You don't have to use a rolling pin. You can just press it out if you haven't got a rolling pin, but I'll try and keep it. So there you have your first one. And then what you want is a very hot frying pan, which has got a little bit of oil in it. And I'm literally that paper thin, pop that into that frying pan. And while that one's cooking, you can make off your next ones. So you can take your next piece of dough and get it going, and you just keep going until you've made however many of your little tortillas. You do need to put flour onto the rolling pin and keep it nice. That's it. And just keep going until you've made all of the tortillas. And once you've made them all, then you want to fill them with whatever you like. You could use an avocado, you can use some sour cream, or you can use the salsas. So we've got the bean salsa here, and we've got some fried off red onion and some peppers with a bit of spice in them. Once your bread is done on one side, flip it over. That pan is super hot, and get it until it's a lovely golden colour. Enjoy.